we are discussing the fundamentals in object-oriented programming. Finally, we have discussed encapsulation. Data and functions are combined into a single class unit. Then inheritance is concerned. Different kinds of inheritance: simple inheritance, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, hybrid inheritance. In C++ language, we can say the base class and the derived class relationship. Where in Java, we can say superclass and subclass relationship. Polymorphism, this is characterized by the phrase one interface, multiple methods. One interface, multiple methods. There are two examples of polymorphism. One is a compile time polymorphism and another one is runtime polymorphism. Function overloading, operator overloading are examples of compile time polymorphism. Using virtual functions and inheritance, we can achieve a runtime polymorphism. Java does not support operator overloading. Then dynamic binding is concerned. The code associated for a function call can be determined only at a runtime. So this is similar to a late binding concept. In the last class, we have seen the role of JIT compiler. Suppose we have 5 different classes. Assuming that a main method is going to call only one class. So that stage, the JIT compiler will not compile the entire bytecode into producing the executable code. The code which are necessary to execute at a runtime are only going to be compiled by the JIT compiler. So Java clearly supports the concept of dynamic binding. These are the fundamental concepts in object-oriented programming: classes, objects, abstraction, which is further divided into procedural abstraction and data abstraction, data hiding, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and dynamic binding. Now let us have the first simple Java program. Simple Java program. What is Java? Java is a pure object-oriented programming language. So we need a concept of what we need a concept. We need a concept of class to write a Java program. Class name is, for example, simple. Inside this, we need to write a code. Static public void main string arguments array. Are you all seeing the notepad? Is the notepad visible to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
System.out.println. Welcome to learn Java. Closing this. Then close the main class. This is the first simple Java program, right? Let me explain within 5 minutes, right? Uh, class, right? What is class? Class is a keyword in Java. Class is a keyword in Java, right? Similar to C++, class is a keyword. Following that, we need to write a class name. Here, class name is simple. Then, within this opening and closing curly brace, because Java is a pure object-oriented programming language, within that class, you need to define a main method. Main method takes the return type. Return type is void main. In C and C++, you might have seen int main or void main. Then main takes a command line arguments. Likewise here, main is a method name, right, or a function name. Main is not a keyword in Java. Main is simply a method name in Java, right? Main signifies that program execution begins at the main method. The return type of main method is void. This is compulsory in Java. Compared to C++, in C++, in case if a method, in case if a function does not return a value to the calling place, we can say the return type is void. Even that void is an optional one. Simply you can write in data, print, process something, right? That is equivalent to void in data, void process, void print. Because there void is optional one. Where in Java, whenever a method does not return a value to the calling place, the explicit return type void must be presented. So here, main method right will not return any value to the calling place. So explicitly you need to specify the return type as void one. Public is an access specifier. Private, public, protected are three access specifiers available in Java. Here, when you compile and run the Java program, we are going to call the main method outside the scope of the class. So to access the main method from outside the scope of the class, you need to signify or specify the main method as a public one. Then only main is going to be called outside the scope of the class. Static, which indicates that before creating any objects right inside the main method, main is the first method to be called. In such a case, main right or a method must be declared as a static one. The important thing is the two keywords static and public can be interchanged. You can write static public or public static. Public static void main or static public void main, right? Both are same. Then parameters are concerned, the string arguments array. Java designers felt that whenever the main method takes a string class objects array, those values can easily be converted into remaining data types. Here, what is string? String, capital S, right? String is a class which is available in Java's language package. Java is composed of several packages, right? In each package, we can have different set of classes and interfaces. One of the package is language package. Inside that, we can see a class called string class. And this is clearly the objects arguments array, object array. ARGS is an instance or object of string type, and this is an array. Should not specify the size of the array. So this is necessary one. All main method must take an object array of string type. Then this opening and closing curly brace signifies the block of main method, scope of main method. This opening and closing curly brace defines the scope of the class. Exploring the statement system.out.println. This is not clearly an output statement. Instead, system is a predefined class which is available in Java's language package. Out is an output stream that is connected to the console. So system.out, right, completely specifies the output stream object. The output stream object, right, can have the rights to access the corresponding output methods available in either in byte stream or character stream classes. Java provides written two kinds of IO package classes, byte stream and character stream. Reader and writer are available in the character stream category. Input stream and output stream are the two topmost abstract classes available in byte stream category. Both of these methods right can have the methods read and write. Sorry, classes can have the methods read and write. Below right you can find several subclasses, right? All of those subclasses can extend the superclass method, and particularly in the byte stream, right? One important class is print stream. Print stream provides the methods print and println. In case of character stream, one important class is print writer. Print writer also provides the methods print and println. So clearly print and println are the methods of output stream classes, whatever is byte stream or character stream. So system.out is what one? Object of output stream. Object of output stream can have the rights to access the corresponding method. So system.out as an object can have the rights to access the corresponding method. Object name dot method name, same style in accessing the method. So object name dot method name system dot out as an object name dot method name println, this is valid. A println, right, simply forces the output, right, in a new line. That is the meaning of ln, new line. Print, right, which concatenates, right, which happens the result in the same way. Welcome to learn Java, right? This is a string message. This is going to be output when you compile and run the Java program. The important thing is main method is placed inside the class simple. So you need to save the file as simple.java. You need to save the file as simple.java, right? In the next session, right, we focus on how to write, save the file, and how to compile, and how to run the file, and we explore the different packages, right, and different Java versions, and how to access the online help, right, quick help regarding the classes, packages, interfaces, variables, methods, etc. Having any queries? Tomorrow you will not have any classes.
So once can you explain about static, sir?
Static, good. In C, in C language, right, even static function is supported, right? The static keyword is supported, right? For example, C here, void. I am writing a C language code. Don't confuse. Void. Here I am using a storage class called static. Static int x. I am using static int x is equal to 0. Then x plus plus. I am writing printf hash and percentage d x. Sorry, closing and then we are calling the function. For example, f. Second time we are calling f. Third time we are calling f. Now what happens? First, when you are calling the function f, since x is a static variable as well as integer variable, only one time initialization is allowed. X is set to 0 and x is incremented by 1. Then here x becomes 1. Second time, right, static variable retains the previous value, right? 1 plus 1 becomes 2. In the next call, the previous value 2 is retained. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. This is a concept in C language, right? Wherein, right, C++ static can be used to define, right, the initialization, constant initialization to entire objects. Suppose a class simple can have 100 objects. If you want to initialize all of the 100 objects to a constant value, right, you can define a static variable so that static variables are equal to the global variables in C++. The same way, right, static serves for different purposes, right? One important purpose is, right, a method may be declared as a static one. Before calling the main method, right, we are not creating any objects. Normally, program execution begins at the main method, right? When the program execution begins at the main method, here we are going to execute the first executable statement. Of course, in the first executable statement, you can have object creation. But before creating any objects of the class, you are going to call a main method. That stage, main must be declared as a static one. That is a rule. Later, right, we explore, right, the static keyword with respect to, right, how to define a static keyword, static instance variables, static methods, non-static methods, and what are the accessing rules of static and non-static methods. So as of now, just think of, there is no object creation statement, right? First statement inside the main statement. Before executing, right, any of the creating any of the objects, static method is main method is going to be called. So you need to declare the main method as a static one. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Any other?
Sir. Sir.
Yes, you will have several queries. Sure, I assure you, right? Please ask it.
Sir, can you explain system.out once?
Yeah,
Part.
system.out.println, because we lost the net connection. That's what, right? I could not explain. Anyhow, in the next class, right, I start from the simple Java program. System.out.println. Normally in C++, right, to access a method, right, what is the syntax means? You remember that? Object name dot function name. Is it right? Object name dot function name. Functions are accessible using the object name. So here in C, in Java, right, we need to specify the output stream object. To specify the output stream object, we need the corresponding class. What is system? System, capital S, right? System is a class, predefined class, which is defined in one of the Java's package called lang package, language package. That is a default package that is automatically imported in all Java applications. So you need not import java.star. System is a class, right? That class provides one static instance variable out. In C++ itself, right, static variables are accessible using the class name dot static variable. The same way, system is the class name, out is a static variable, hence system dot out is valid. Out is also an output stream object, right? That is connected to the output stream. Standard output stream. Standard output stream is the screen or monitor. So system.out completely defines this one. Output stream object. So object name dot, next you need to specify the function name. To access the function, right? Here we have the method print and println. Print and println are the methods defined in one of the output stream class, print writer. Is it print writer, right? So in that class, right, print and println methods are there. Another class is print stream. Print stream provides print and println methods. So using the output stream object, system.out, it is valid to call the corresponding output stream method print or println. Hence, system.out.println. This is perfectly a valid method call. And this is the string parameter that is given as the input to the println method. Whatever the string parameter you are giving, that will be output. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Then any other queries?
So string arguments.
Very good. String arguments. Instead of string arguments, in case if you give integer arguments, float arguments, double arguments, what is string, right? Understand? String is a built-in class. String is a built-in class which is available in Java's lang package that we can define as java.lang package. Package is nothing but collection of classes and interfaces. To create an instance array similar to C++, class name, then object name, array size should be mentioned. Here, you should not specify the array size as we have done in C++ main method. There you need to specify character pointer is array, right? Character pointer is array that receives command line input values. Same way, Java designers felt that whenever the main method takes command line input values, which are of string argument type, then string argument values can easily be converted to some other data type. For example, during the runtime, if you are inputting the values 10, 20, 30, what happens means ARGS is an array name. ARGS of 0 receives the value 10. ARGS of first location, that is your second location, this receives a string value 20. ARGS of 2 receives a string value 30. These are of string type. That's what, right? ARGS of 0 is represented as string 10, string 20, string 30. This string 10 can easily be converted into 10. string 20 can be easily converted into 20 because here this 10 is a string 10. I mean string 10 integer 10, but you cannot have suppose x10. X10 is not a string 10. Instead, this is a string. This cannot be numerically converted. Hope you understand. Several methods, flexible methods are there to convert from string into right integer quantity, floating point quantity. That you need to use integer dot parse int of args of 0. Integer quantity, floating point quantity, double quantity, right? The Java designers used it, right? Every main method, right, must be of taking string arguments array, so that during the runtime you can provide some command line inputs. If necessary, command line inputs are automatically stored into args array, so that args array, right, acts as an input to your main method. Understand?
So can it be void?
What one?
Can it be void, sir?
Which one?
Args, string args.
String? I can't get you. Ask it out clearly. I'm not getting you.
Can it be void, sir? String args.
String args, right? It cannot be void. So you are asking to what happens if we write static public void main, just the empty parameter. Am I right? Am I
Yes,
right?
sir.
If
Yes,
you
sir.
leave this, if you leave the main method parameter as empty, this will rise a compile time and a runtime error. Main right must specify the string arguments array.
Okay, sir.
Then any other queries?
Sir, if we want to perform any command computations with whatever the values we are giving in the command, and suppose if we are giving it as 10 or 20, and if you perform the addition of those two numbers, should we then how the string can be converted into integer values? Sir? Is there any method, or it will be implicitly converted?
Not implicitly converted. You need to use the explicit methods. For example, here still we have time, right, up to 4:15. Okay. So I explain. Integer dot force int. Force int of you say 10. This 10 is converted into some integer x. Into x is equal to. So actually your parameter is of string 10. String 10 is converted into integer 10. Parse int, parse float, parse double, right? These are the methods available.
Sir, if you are giving the inputs, then it will be stored in the arguments, no, sir, string arguments. Oh.
Yeah, it's stored in the string arguments.
So then while we are writing the parse int, then we need to write in the brackets, we need to write arguments. No, so again, we need not mention 10 like that because
Yeah,
we'll.
not 10. Just for example, I mentioned. So this is replaced by args of 0. This 10 is replaced by args of 0.
Okay, okay.
I'm sorry, I explained. This is args of 0. Getting clear?
Okay, sir.
The general way to define a class is written as this way: class name, then opening curly brace. After that, you need to specify the here closing curly brace. This is clearly the block of a user-defined class simple. Inside which, right, you need to define the main method. Main method is defined using this general form. static public void main string arguments. How this is happening means program execution begins at the main method. In Java, main will not return any value to the dash. What is it? Can you fill the dash?
Calling program.
Calling program. Okay, very good. Who is calling the main method? In case some user-defined methods are there, that can be called by main, or it can be called by some other method. But main is concerned who is going to call the main method. It will not return any value to the operating system. Okay. Operating system calls the main method. So in that stage, the return type is void. Return type is void. If the return type is void return, this is not optional one in Java. Whenever a method does not return a value to the calling place, you must explicitly specify its return type as void. This is compulsory. Understand? Another point is public is concerned. Main method is called outside the scope of the class. Main method class name is simple. You need to save the file as simple.java. So you are calling the main method outside the scope of the class simple.java. That stage, what you have to do is you need to declare the main method as public one. Public void main. This is a justification. Static is concerned before instantiating, that means creating, before instantiating any objects of the class, main method is called first. So specify main method as static one. So this can be done with the help of static public or public static. The keywords are static and the public are interchanged. Then, so static public void main or public static void main, right? This is a valid one. Next, coming to the parameter array string, right? Main parameters. In Java, main method must take string arguments array. This is necessary one. Further exploring, right, what is a string, right? As we discussed earlier, string is a built-in class available in Java's language package. Simply, Java is composed of several packages. That package is nothing but collection of classes and interfaces. Package is nothing but collection of classes and interfaces. One of the important packages is java.lang. This is a language package. The language package, basic package, right? This provides all classes and interfaces which are necessary to be imported into any Java's application. So, and this is a default package. Default package. So unnecessarily you need not have this statement. Which one? Import Java dot lang dot star. What is the meaning of the star? Means the entire classes and the interfaces available in the Java's language package are going to be imported into this application. Similarly, just to think of this as hash include iostream.h. What it will do? It includes all the built-in functions available in the input output stream header file. Same way, right? Here you can write import java.lang.star, but this is an optional one, not necessary, because Java automatically imports language package in all applications. In that, right, one class is string, right? String, this is a class of language package. Inside this, we can find one class string. String, right, class name, string, right, in case C++, if you write a string s of 10, assuming string is a class, s represents the object. So in the same way, string args, args is just an argument array name. Even you can use another name, for example, st, right? String st, right? St means st is an object array, that is instance of string array, right? Size should not be specified. So here I used, right, for example, string args. Args is a user defined name. You can use any name. Size should not be specified. And what is main? Main is a method name, right? Main, this is not a reserved word in Java. Instead, this is a method name that signifies the program execution is calling at this place. When the program execution begins, the first method to be executed is main method. Then exploring this one, system.out.println, welcome to learn Java. Here, Java is composed of several packages, right? One important package is IO package, input output package. If you want to include the functions of input output package, you need to import a statement, import java.io.star, right? Here, what is lang? Lang is a default package inside which, right, you can have a class system. Out, right, what is an out? Out is an output stream. C++, you might have seen different kinds of streams: input stream, output stream, and error stream. Out is an output stream variable. This variable is defined as static and final. Static and final type. So static variables can be accessed using the class name. Class name is what one? System. System.out. This completely defines output stream object. Likewise, system.in defines input stream object. System.err defines error stream object. So these objects are responsible for accessing the corresponding methods. Right? In the next class, right, we explore. I explained, right, again the methods of print and println. So as of now, just to think of, right, println is a method available both in print stream and print writer classes, right? So object can have the rights to call the corresponding method name. Output stream object can have the rights to call the corresponding output method, right? That is valid. System.out is an output stream object. It can access the output method, say print or println. Hence, system.out.println is a valid method call. And this, you know, right, this is a parameter list, empty parameter. This is a string parameter, right? So string parameter is given as the input to the println method. Just it outputs a string value. Print and println just a new line character, right? That's the difference. This outputs welcome to learn Java in a separate new line. Understand or not? Having any queries?
No, sir.
I explained the code again, right, in the next class. You need to save the file as, right, a simple.java, because uh, uh, the main method is placed inside the class. This is simple. So during the interpretation time, you need to use the Java interpreter, Java simple, right? Since the main is placed inside the simple, so Java simple that interprets the corresponding bytecode file produced as simple.class. After compilation, simple.java becomes simple.class. So during the interpretation time, simple.class, right, as a bytecode file will be interpreted by the Java interpreter. Then it knows the main method is presented inside the class simple. Then only it interprets the bytecode file. Actually, you will see the output, right, after its execution. So for that purpose, this is a mandatory one, right? Wherever you are defining a class, in that class, right, if you are defining the main method, right, the corresponding class name should be saved as a file name. File extension is .java. Just to go through this, right? In the next class, right, I explain again, right, how to write the simple Java program, how to save the file, how to compile, and how to execute the file. And I explore, right, the overall packages available in Java, right? How Java, right, can have several packages. In each package, right, what is actually placed, and what are actually classes, right, interfaces, and what are methods, right? Everything, right, we will explore in the next session. In between, right, in if you have, right, any queries, right, you can WhatsApp me, or you can better, right, WhatsApp me. If not, right, you can ask me in the Google Classroom. I will clear your queries. Any other doubts? Okay, thank you very much. Right, go through the complete reference book. Right, you'll be having some queries. Right, so please, right, raise your queries so that, right, I will respond to you. Thank you very much.